Hello first grade, how are you doing today? Today we are going to learn about fractions. Look at the picture here. Here we have pizza. If I will ask you, how many pizza do I have here? I do have one pizza. Oh, look at the donut here. How many donuts are there? There is one donut. This is a green circle. How many circles are there? There is one circle. It's easy to count whole things like a pizza, a donut, or a shape. Here we have one pizza, one donut, and one circle. But what if we only had part of like this? We have a part of the pizza, not the whole pizza. So how would we count it then? Let's see if we can count a part of a whole. Let's say there is this girl named Lana. Lana has a pizza. She loves pizza. But then her friend Layla arrives. Layla likes pizza too, and she is hungry. So they decided to share the pizza together equally. So they cut the pizza into equal parts. Each one of them gets one half of the pizza. When they cut the pizza into equal parts, each one of them have one half of the pizza. What do we mean by half? Half is a fraction. What is a fraction? A fraction is something that shows part of a whole, equal parts of a whole. As what Lana and Layla did, they cut the pizza into two equal parts. So again, a fraction is something that shows parts of a whole, equal parts of a whole. Here is what the fraction looks like. 1, a line, and the 2. The bottom number, which is 2, tells us how many parts there are altogether. The top number tells us how many parts we are talking about. Let's back to Layla and Lana. First, the pizza was having all its parts, so it was one whole pizza. Then Lana and Layla divided the pizza into two equal parts. And each one of them got one part out of 2. So the total number of parts was 2, which is the bottom number. And if I will talk about Lana's part, I can see that she gets one part out of 2. So the top number is 1. And to make this looks like fraction, we have to put a line between them. And we read this line as over. So we read the fraction as 1 over 2. So if we divided anything in two equal parts, then we read the fraction as 1 over 2 or half. So 1 over 2 is half. Remember, all the parts should be equal to write the fraction. Okay, there is a pie here, and this pie has 4 equal parts. So number 4 is the total number of parts. So the bottom number will be 4. Because there are 4 pieces of pie, 4 parts, 4 equal parts. Let's say Ali shows up and wants to have 1 piece of the pie. The top number of the fraction is the number 1, because Ali is having 1 part or 1 piece of the pie. So Ali is having 1 over 4 of the pie. There is another way to read this fraction. We can read it as 1 over 4 or quarter. So again, it's 1 over 4 or quarter. Okay, let's read together the colored part in those shapes. The first one, all the circle is blue, and it doesn't have any part. So we read it as 1 whole, 1 whole, again, 1 whole. Look at the second circle. It's divided into 2 parts, and one of the parts is colored by blue color. So this circle has 2 parts, so the number in the bottom should be 2, and the shaded part is 1 part, so 1 over 2 or half. Again, 1 over 2 or half. Look at the third circle. It has 4 equal parts. So remember, all the parts should be equal to write the fraction. So this circle has 2 equal parts. So the number in the bottom should be 4, and we have to count how many shaded or colored parts are there. There is 1 shaded part, so the number in the top should be 1, and we read this fraction as quarter. So again, 1 whole, half, and quarter. Let's practice more in fractions. Write the shaded fraction of each shape. So we need to write the fraction for the colored part. We are going to talk about the colored part here. Let's start with the first circle. So first of all, we need to count how many parts are there in all. All the parts in the circle. Let's count them together. So 1, 2, 3. So the bottom number should be 3. And don't forget the fraction line. Fraction line. We cannot have fraction without the fraction line. So the total number of parts is 3. And how many colored parts are there? We just have 1 parts. So 1/3. So here we have 1 colored part over 3 all together. Let's move on to the second one. Here we have a circle, and the circle has 4 equal parts, and we need to find out the fraction for the colored parts. First of all, when we are going to write the fraction, first of all, draw the fraction line. We have to draw the fraction line. Then we have to count how many parts are there all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bottom number will be number 4. And how many colored parts are there? 1, 2. 2 colored parts. So 2/4. So here we have all the parts are 4 parts, 4 equal parts, and the colored parts are 2 parts. Let's move on to the rectangle here. This rectangle has 2 equal parts. So if we need to write the fraction for the colored part, first of all, we need to draw the fraction line, and then we have to count how many parts are there, how many equal parts are there. 1, 2. 2 equal parts. So the bottom number should be 2. And how many colored parts are there? We just have 1 part. So the top number will be 1. 1/2. And we can read this fraction as half. Let's see this triangle here. We have shaded parts here. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then we have to count all the parts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. So this rectangle is divided by 8 equal parts. So the bottom number should be 8. Let's find out how many colored parts are there. 1, 2. So the top number is 2. 2/8. 2/8. Let's find out how many red parts are there. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then let's count all the parts there. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So the parts all together are 4. The bottom number is 4. So how many colored parts are there? 1, 2, 3. The top number is 3. 3/4. 3/4. Okay, let's find out how many yellow parts are there. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then we have to find out how many parts all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. So the bottom number is 8. How many colored parts are there? 1, 2, 3 colored parts. So 3/8. Let's move on to the second one. Let's find out how many purple parts are there. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then we have to count all the parts in the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the number of the parts altogether is 8. The bottom number is 8. Let's find out how many purple parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top number is 4. 4/8. Let's move on to the third one. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then we have to count how many parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. All the parts are 6 parts. So the bottom number is 6. How many colored parts are there? 1, 2. So the top number is 2. 2/6. Let's see the last one here. This circle is divided by 4 equal parts. First of all, we have to draw the fraction line. Then we need to find out how many parts are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bottom number is 4. Let's find out how many shaded parts are there. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 parts, 3 colored parts. And we read this fraction as 3/4. 3/4. What if I ask you to color the shape to show the fraction? So let's see the first one, the first circle here. Here we have 4 parts altogether. They are 4 parts. And how many parts we have to color? We have to color 2 parts out of 4. So we need to color 2 parts. So I colored the circle to show this fraction. So we have 2 colored parts and all the parts are 4 parts. 2/4. Let's move on to the second one. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 parts, so the bottom number is 8. And how many parts we need to color here? I ask you to color 3 parts. So let's color 3 parts here. So now it's 3/8. Look at the circle here. This circle has 6 equal parts and we need to draw 3 parts. So 1, 2, 3. So I colored 3 parts here. 3/6. Look at the triangle here. It's divided into 2 equal parts. So it's 1/2. 1/2. So I need to color 1 part out of 2. So let's color 1 part. So this is how it's look like, the 1/2. This was our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.